Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Learning with Anila Qadri. Students, this video is about chapter number 11 of Principles of Management, Organization Design. In this chapter, we are going to cover these topics one by one. Describe 6 key elements in organizational design. Contrast mechanistic and organic structures. Discuss the contingency factors that favor either the mechanistic model or the organic model of organizational design. Describe traditional organizational design options. Discuss organizing flexibility in the 21st century. Develop your skill at acquiring and using power. Know how to stay connected and in the loop when working remotely. So let's start with the first topic, elements of organizational design. Organizing is what? Management function that involves arranging and structuring work to accomplish the organization's goals. What is organizational structure? The formal arrangement of jobs within an organization. Organizational chart. The visual representation of an organization's structure. What is organizational design? Creating or changing an organization's structure. Purposes of organizing. Purpose divides work to be done into specific jobs and departments, assigns tasks and responsibilities associated with individual jobs, coordinates diverse organizational tasks, clusters jobs into units, establishes relationships among individuals, groups, and departments, establishes formal lines of authority, allocates and deploys organizational resources. Work specialization, dividing work activities into separate job tasks. Economies and diseconomies of work. You can see on the right side, in fact on the left side, productivity, high, low. Impact from economies of specialization. Impact from human diseconomies. Low, high, work specialization. Departmentalization. Departmentalization, the basis by which jobs are grouped together. Alright, in this slide you can see the 5 common forms of departmentalization. Functional departmentalization groups jobs according to function. Plant manager, manager engineering, manager accounting, manager manufacturing, manager human resources, manager purchasing. Efficiencies from putting together similar specialties and people with common skills, knowledge and orientations. Coordination within functional areas. In-depth specialization. Poor communication across functional areas. Limited view of organizational goals. Geographical departmentalization groups jobs according to geographic region. Vice President for Sales, Sales Director, Western Region, Sales Director, Southern Region, Sales Director, Midwestern Region, Sales Director, Eastern Region. More effective and efficient handler or handling of specific regional issues that arise, serve needs of unique geographic markets better, duplication of functions, can feel isolated from other organizational areas. The five common forms of departmentalization. Product departmentalization groups jobs by product line. Here you can see Bombardier Limited, mass transit sector, recreational and utility vehicle sector, rail product sector, mass transit division, Bombardier Robotics, rail and diesel products division, recreational products division, logistic equipment division, industrial equipment division. Bombardier Robotics allows specialization in particular products and services. Managers can become experts in their industry. Closure to customers, duplication of functions, limited view of organizational goals. Alright, the five common forms of departmentalization. Process departmentalization groups jobs on the basis of product or customer flow. Plant superintendent, swing department manager, planning and milling department manager, assembling department manager, liquoring and handling department manager, finishing department manager, inspection and shipping department manager. Customer departmentalization groups jobs on the basis of specific and unique customers who have common needs. Director of Sales, Manager Retail Accountants, Manager Wholesale Accounts, Manager Government Accounts. Customers' needs and problems can be met by specialists. Duplication of functions. Cross-functional team, a work team composed of individuals from various functional specialties. What is chain of command? The line of authority extending from upper organizational levels to the lowest level, which clarifies who reports to whom. What is authority? The line of authority extending from upper organizational levels to the lowest levels, which clarifies who reports to whom. What is line authority? Authority that entitles a manager to direct the work of an employee. What is staff authority? Positions with some authority that have been created to support, assist, and advise those holding line authority. Responsibility, the obligation or expectation to perform any assigned duties. What is unity of command? The management principle that each person should report to only one manager. What is span of control? The number of employees a manager can efficiently and effectively manage. Alright, contrasting spans of control. You can see on the left side organizational level, highest, lowest, 1, 1, 1, assuming span of control, and assuming span of 8, like span of 4 or span of 8. For example, you can see a total calculation of this slide. Centralization and decentralization. What is centralization? The degree to which decision making is concentrated at upper levels of the organization. What is decentralization? The degree to which low-level employees provide input or actually make decisions. Centralization or decentralization? What is more centralization and what is more decentralization? Environment is stable. In more decentralization, environment is complex and uncertain. In more centralization, low-level managers are not as capable or experienced at making decisions as upper-level managers. In more decentralization, lower-level managers are capable and experienced at making decisions. In more centralization, lower-level managers do not want a say in decisions. In more decentralization, lower-level managers want a voice in decisions. In more centralization, decisions are relatively minor. In more decentralization, decisions are significant. In more centralization, organization is facing a crisis or the risk of company failure. In more decentralization, corporate culture is open to allowing managers a say in what happens. In more centralization, company is large. In more decentralization, company is geographically dispersed. In more centralization, effective implementation of company strategies depends on managers retaining say over what happens. In more decentralization, effective implementation of company strategies depends on managers having involvement and flexibility to make decisions. What is employee empowerment? Giving employees more authority or power to make decisions. What is formalization? How standardized an organization's jobs are and the extent to which employee behavior is guided by rules and procedures. Mechanistic and organic structures. Mechanistic organization. An organizational design that's rigid and tightly controlled. Organic organization. An organizational design that's highly adaptive and flexible. Mechanistic versus organic organizations. What is mechanistic and organic? High specialization, cross-functional teams, rigid departmentalization, cross-hierarchical teams, clear chain of command, free flow of information, narrow spans of control, wide spans of control, centralization, decentralization, high formalization, low formalization. Strategy and structure. An organization's structure should facilitate goal achievement because goals are an important part of organizations' strategies. It's only logical that strategy and structure are closely linked. Size and structure. There is considerable evidence that an organization's size affects its structure. But once an organization grows past a certain size, size has less influence on structure. Size and structure. There is considerable evidence that an organization's size affects its structure. But once an organization grows past a certain size has less influence on structure. Technology and structure. Unit production. The production of items in units or small batches. What is mass production? The production of items in large batches. What is process production? The production of items in continuous processes. Mechanistic versus organic organizations. Structural characteristics. Unit production, mass production, process production. Alright. Structural characteristics. Low vertical differentiation, moderate vertical differentiation, high vertical differentiation, low horizontal differentiation, high horizontal differentiation, low horizontal differentiation, low formalization, high formalization, low formalization. Most effective structure: organic, in mass production, mechanistic, and in process production, that is organic. Environmental uncertainty and structure. In stable and simple environments, mechanistic designs can be more effective. The greater the uncertainty, the more an organization needs the flexibility of an organic design. Traditional organizational design options. Simple structure. An organizational design with little departmentalization, wide spans of control, centralized authority, and little formalization. What is functional structure? An organizational design that groups together similar or related occupational specialties. What is divisional structure? An organizational structure made up of separate, semi-autonomous units or divisions. Alright, traditional organizational designs. Strength. Fast, flexible, inexpensive to maintain, clear accountability. Simple structure. Weaknesses. Not appropriate as organization grows. Reliance on the persons is risky. Functional structure. What is strength? Cost saving advantages from specialization, economies of scale, minimal duplication of people and equipment. Employees are grouped with others who have similar tasks. What are weaknesses? Pursuit of functional goals can cause managers to lose sight of what's best for the overall organization. Functional specialties become insulated and have little understanding of what other units are doing. Divisional structure focuses on result. Division managers are responsible for what happens to their products and services. Weaknesses: duplication of activities and resource increases cost and reduces efficiency. Team structures: an organizational structure in which the entire organization is made up of work teams. Matrix and project structures. Matrix structure: an organizational structure that assigns specialists from different functional departments to work on one or more projects. Project structure: an organizational structure in which employees continuously work on projects. Next one, example of a matrix organization. You can see R&D, research and development, marketing, customer services, CS, human resources, HR, finance, information system, IS. Next one, the boundaryless organization. Boundaryless organization, an organization whose design is not defined by or limited to the horizontal, vertical, or external boundaries imposed by a predefined structure. What is virtual organization? An organization that consists of a small core of full-time employees and outside specialists temporarily hired as needed to work on projects. Task forces. What is task force or ad hoc committee? A temporary committee or team formed to tackle a specific short-term problem affecting several departments. What is open innovation? Opening up the search for new ideas beyond the organization's boundaries and allowing innovations to easily transfer inward and outward. Benefits and drawbacks of open innovation. What are benefits? Gives customers what they want, a voice. What is drawbacks? Alright, let's discuss first of all the benefits. Allows organizations to respond to complex problems. Nurtures internal and external relationships. Brings focus back to marketplace. Provides way to cope with rising cost and uncertainties of product development. What are drawbacks? High demands of managing the process. Extensive support needed. Cultural challenges. Greater need for flexibility. Crucial changes required in how knowledge is controlled and shared. What is telecommuting? Telecommuting, a work arrangement in which employees work at home and are linked to the workplace by computer. Compressed worksheets or work weeks, flexible time and job sharing. What is compressed work week? A work week where employees work longer hours per day but fewer days per week. Flex time or flexible work hours, a scheduling system in which employees are required to work a specific number of hours a week but are free to vary those hours within certain limits. What is job sharing? The practice of having two or more people split a full-time job. The contingent workforce, temporary, freelance, or contract workers whose employment is contingent on demand for their services. Review Learning Objective 11.1. Describe 6 key elements in organizational design: work specialization, departmentalization, chain of command, span of control, centralization, decentralization, formalization. Learning Objective 11.2. Contrast mechanistic and organic structures. Mechanistic structure rigid, tightly controlled. Organic structure highly adaptable, flexible. Learning Objective 11.3. Discuss the contingency factors that favor either the mechanistic model or the organic model of organizational design. An organization structure should support the strategy. Structure can be affected by size and technology. Organic structure is most effective with unit production and process production technology. Mechanistic structure is most effective with mass production technology. Learning Objective 11.4. Describe traditional organizational design options. Simple structure, little departmentalization, wide spans of control, authority centralized in one person, and little formalization. Functional structure, divisional structure. Learning Objective 11.5. Discuss organizing for flexibility in the 21st century. Structures, team, matrix, project, boundary-less organization, virtual organization, compressed work weeks, flex time, job sharing, contingent workforce. So guys, this is all about today's lecture. I hope it's quite clear and interesting for you guys. For my next video, do not forget to subscribe my channel, Learning with Anila Qadri, and press the bell icon. Thank you.